Yo, what's up, guys? Greg2G here, and I'm going to teach you guys today how to play Albion Online with one of these bad boys, a controller. Should work with DualShock 4. It does work with DualShock 4, I can confirm that. It should work as well with Xbox. The setup should be pretty much the same. I do not own an Xbox controller to test and confirm, but I'm pretty sure it should work as well. So just follow along, and I'll let you guys what you need to do. First of all, of course, you need your controller, USB plugged into your PC and all that good stuff. And then a few other things we're going to need here are we're going to need Steam installed. If you don't have Steam installed, you're on your PC and you're a gamer, that's just really weird. Go and install Steam, please. And we're also going to need an Android emulator, and we're going to use LD Player 4.0 for this one. Probably works with other ones as well, but if you're going to try other ones, you're on your own. I'm just going to show you how to do it with LD Player 4.0. Okay, so go ahead and download that. Once you're done downloading it, go ahead and start it up. I'm going to start mine up right now. And when you're starting it up, actually I'm not sure if it will show on the initial setup, but you should see a blue controller icon confirming whether or not your controller is detected and connected. If it's not, then you might have to try out a different USB cable or something like that. But yeah, you should be seeing a blue controller icon. After we get that all installed, we actually need to change a few settings of the emulator itself. So you can go in here and change your resolution to whatever you prefer. Do the 4-core CPU, 4 gigs of RAM if you can. You can try lower if you want, but I cannot confirm or deny whether or not that'll work. You have to try that on your own. And then we want to go into the model section here, and on the bottom, choose 90 FPS or 120 FPS model. For some reason, 120 doesn't work for me. I can only get 90 FPS working. If you can figure out how to get 90 working, please let me know in the comments so I can try it out myself. After that, click set, and then go to game settings, and then go in here and select 120 FPS under rate setup. Enable high frame rate mode. Supposedly this only works for a few specific apps, but I enable it anyway just in case. And then down here, support ASTC textures, and everything else doesn't really matter. After you're all done, click save. It should prompt you to restart. If not, you can go ahead and click the X and click restart here to restart the emulator real quick. And then next up, we're gonna actually have to download the game onto the emulator, which actually it's not hard, but it's really annoying. With Albion Online specifically, it's really annoying because it's not on the Google Play Store. The only place to really get it is on the website itself. So we're going to go into System Apps here and open our browser. Mine's already on the website, but go ahead and type in the address bar, albiononline.com, download the game, all that good stuff, and then download the Android version. Click on Android. It should start downloading right away, as it is for me. And then once it's done downloading, you'll just have to click on this right here to install it and all that good stuff. I'm going to cancel mine because I already have it installed. So once you have it installed, we just go ahead and start it up. I'm going to go ahead and edit out the video here because the load time takes forever. Yeah, I wasn't lying. That took forever, right? Takes well over a minute for me, and I have a pretty beastly PC. Yeah, for some reason the mobile version takes forever. I don't know. Anyway, once you're all into the game and stuff, go ahead and log in and all that good stuff, and we'll go ahead and start setting up our controller and everything. And just in case you didn't know, you can use F11 to go full screen, in and out of full screen on your emulator. Okay, while it's loading, we can actually go ahead and start doing this. So what we need to do, even though it's kind of counterintuitive, we actually go into keyboard settings to actually set up our controller. Oh my goodness. So as you can see, even on the emulator version, even with crazy amount of people on the screen, it's still pretty playable. I mean, I would definitely not prefer to do like a ZVZ on the emulator version. Like I would say I use this mostly just for, you know, small group type stuff and gathering, all that good stuff. But yeah, you theoretically could do ZVZ on on the mobile version as well. Anyway, let's ignore all that stuff and start getting our gamepad set up. So you click on the keyboard thing and then click on the gamepad here. And what you want to do is, it's not going to look like this from the start. I'm going to see if I can actually share my setup with you guys, my configuration. Like, see if I can share the config files in here or something somehow. But yeah, for now, like, it's going to be blank. You're going to want to drag this, the move control, the left joystick over to the joystick on the screen here. And then you set up your buttons, whatever you prefer. This is what I've set it up as. So all you need to do is click on the screen and then click a button on your pad to set it up. So for example, I have my mount set to the D-pad down key, and then overpower to the D-pad left, food to the D-pad right, potion to D-pad up, and then these abilities. So even though I'm using a PlayStation controller, you know, every freaking game on PC always uses the Xbox layout. So X is square, so I have square set to this ability, my heal over time, and then this is triangle or Y set to this ability, B or circle set to this ability, and then X or A set to my basic attack, and then, you know, right trigger, left bumper, right bumper. That's all pretty much self-explanatory. I use start for my inventory. And this is where we start to run into trouble. You know, you can do pretty well with these settings right here. For the most part, you can do most things in the game, but the big flaw is like inventory control, inventory management, and looting, because you kind of need a mouse or you need to use a touchscreen to do all that stuff, which it's kind of hard to do. And with LD Player, unfortunately, they don't have any implementation for the touchpad on the DualShock 4, which is why at the start I said we need Steam, because we're going to use Steam to do all that stuff. So what we're going to do is open up Steam here, and Steam should have your controller all detected as well. If not, actually I can go over that real quick. So you go to General Controller Settings here. You can make sure you check PlayStation configuration support, or Xbox or Switch or whatever you're trying to use. I'm definitely not going to try to give you any guides on how to do the Switch or anything like that. But yeah, make sure these are all checked. And then, yeah, you can do your controller shutdown time or any of that if you want as well. Yeah, and you can choose whether or not, like, actually I want to turn this off, I think. Guide button focusing Steam. I'm going to turn that off for now. Alright, so once you have that done, and make sure that Steam is actually detecting your controller, see it has mine detected now, and then we can go and do a few other things through Steam that should help us do looting and inventory management sort of things. And we're going to go into desktop configuration. And by default, it should be pretty much blank. So first thing we're going to do for the DualShock 4, and this is where the big difference is between the PlayStation DualShock 4 and the Xbox controller will happen. But we'll start with DualShock 4. So we want to put our touchpad to mouse. Click on the touchpad, go to style of input mouse, go to click action, click left mouse button, lower the sensitivity, or raise the sensitivity. I think it was pretty low to start off with, so I put mine right here about 0.148. I find that a pretty good sensitivity. You can add some acceleration if you want. I think it's off by default. I added a little bit of acceleration. You can play around with this and just do whatever feels good to you. And with that, we can actually, and I'll use this on my controller right now, can actually control our mouse. Actually have to go into the game first, but yeah. So I'm using the touchpad on the, let me, I guess, pull up my camera real quick. Well, wrong screen. So now I can use the touchpad here to control the mouse cursor. And it's still, I mean, it's not the best solution. I mean, honestly, I would say if you're playing on your PC, you know, keep a mouse nearby if you have a wireless mouse. you keep that nearby so you can actually use your actual mouse to do looting and all that good stuff. But if not, this is another option if you really want to like sit on the couch and go couch mode or whatever you want to do. This is one option that you can use to use your mouse on your controller. Next thing we want to do is, or at least this is what I did, I set the left directional button to keypad minus, and the reason I did that is, okay, let me back up. So let's go into the game actually. So the other problem is we need a way to actually like close screens and stuff. So when you open up your inventory, it's gonna be really clunky to go up here and click X all the time. But we can go into the game settings here and then go to key bindings, and there's a binding for close all windows, and you just want to set it to any button that you don't really use very often. It's by default it's escape, but that actually conflicts with the emulator. If you hit escape in the emulator, that like exits you out of full screen mode and does all other kind of weird stuff. So we change this to some random key on your keyboard, and then you can actually set that up to link that up to Steam. So for me, for example, I'm using the left D-pad button for this as the keypad minus. So whenever I use that, it'll actually close any of my screens in the game. So for example, I'll actually pull up the controller here. I'll like open up my inventory with the start button, and then I can use the D-pad key to close it. Should turn that around, huh? So start to open inventory, D-pad left to close. You might notice that I actually have D-pad left twice here. I have it both with that and with overpower. I mean, this is not perfect. My setup's not perfect yet, but it's pretty good to start off with. Okay, and the last thing, and this is mostly just for healers. As you may have noticed that we're not using the right thumbstick at all. There's a way you can actually implement the right thumbstick in a useful way. So for me, I have my first 6 hotkey, my number 1 through 6 on my keyboard are connected to, let me go ahead and show you in game, just so it makes more sense. And sometimes when you go into the key bindings, it gets cut off a little bit. So I have 1 through 6 for select party member 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what I'm doing is setting up my right thumbstick. So if I push it up, it targets the first party member. I push it right, it targets second. Push it down for third, and push it left for fourth. So if you're not a healer, you probably don't need to do this. Or if you're not really a hardcore player, you're pretty much done at this point if you don't need any of this stuff. But for those of us who do want to use this and target our party members, this is how you do it. Okay, and by default, it's actually, you're gonna go in here and go to directional pad. You want to go to 4-way layout, because if not, you have the 8-way layout, which means that if you go to the upper right, it'll actually, you don't know what's going to target. It might target the top number 1, it might target number 2, you don't know. So we want to go 4-way, no overlap. And even then, you want to turn the overlap region down a lot. So I have mine at 0.15, but you might even want to take it down to 0, because again, if there's a little bit of overlap, you're not going to exactly push it up or right or down or left every time. You might be a little bit off to the left, a little bit off to the right, but you're probably going to be mostly up or mostly right. And you want to make sure that you're targeting the right person. And if there's overlap, you might push it up and to the right, and it might target right when you want to target up. Hopefully that makes sense. I think I'm like overcomplicating it. I'm not explaining it in the best way, but hopefully that makes sense. You just want to make sure that you can target the right people with no overlap and there's no mistakes. Because I did do this when I first tested this. I had it on 8-way, and the overlap region was like way up here, and I couldn't target very consistently. I had to turn it down like this to make it work well. And I think that's pretty much it. Is that pretty much it? Okay. Oh wait. We want to talk about Xbox controllers then. So if you're using the Xbox controller, obviously you don't have a touchpad, and if you want to use your mouse on your controller, what you're probably going to have to do is, instead of using the right thumbstick for targeting, you're going to have to use your right thumbstick for mouse. So you go into here and click joystick mouse, and it works pretty well. Like, it's not bad, but yeah, this is what you're gonna have to do. Go into here, click joystick mouse, and then click action left mouse button, and that's the way you'll be able to use your mouse on your Xbox controller. And that's it. You should be all set. You should be able to use your controller in game. Another thing, like, for you guys out there that, I mean, I should maybe mention this at the start, you can also just use WASD. If you've been wanting to play Albion Online with a WASD setup, you can actually just use an emulator for that now too. So if you're not interested in the controller, you can see here I do have a WASD setup going on my emulator already. It works perfectly fine. You know, I'm getting to be an old man. I have some like tendonitis in my wrist, so I hate, like, you know, I don't hate it, but I've been playing, you know, Diablo since the 90s, and I've been playing these click-to-move games for so long that, you know, my wrist just gets tired pretty quickly nowadays. So I'm starting to appreciate games like these isometric games that actually have WASD movement in them, because then I can actually use my left hand and don't have to concentrate so much on using my right hand for everything. So that's another option. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do a expedition real quick, and you know, show you guys just how well this works. Let me check my gear real quick. We're looking good on gear, I think. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Expedition. We'll just do like a tier 6 group expedition. Register. Yeah, this mouse. Maybe I should take down the sensitivity just a little bit. All right, here we are. We're entering the expedition, and we're playing with a controller. I'm just gonna show my cam real quick just to, I guess, prove it. Controller in hand. Let's do this thing. Oh no. Did we just join a bad group? Oh goodness. Okay, so we're gonna have to come in clutch with the controller. Let's do this. And the reason, and the way you can actually tell this is controller instead of WASD is because with WASD you don't get this whole range here. Like with WASD, let me just show real quick. You get like, you get up, you get upper left, you get upper right. There's no like full 360 range, you know what I mean? That's kind of the weakness with WASD right now on Albion, is you don't get these precise movements. All right, let's go. All right, let me put I usually put my tank on the top, so let me put the tank on the top real quick. All right, let's do this. What is this guy? Why is this guy standing in the AoE, man? All right, this is the kind of group we're in, huh? Let me just chill in this AoE real quick. Go ahead and heal the tank up. Alright. I'm still not used to all the buttons. The left trigger is my target key. Okay. So I'm trying to do a little DPS here and there. Oh my god, what are these guys doing? Our bow is tanking. Let me use a AoE heal real quick. Bro, you deserve to die. You're gonna stand in that. Alright, this is not the best group I've ever been in. Like, the tank has really low HP. This might be rough, especially at the end here. Good test of the controller. No, that's not the right. Oh, it's right button for roll. I was like, what's my roll again? What's my roll? Yeah, it's gonna take a while for me to like really learn all these buttons. Okay, right button for roll. Right button roll. Gotta remember that. Should take out the archers first, right? Pretty sure that's correct. Ow. Yeah, the last boss is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting for sure. So I think I need to like get 3 stacks on our tank like ASAP. Ah, crap. Because he's just not that tanky. Stand in AoEs, everybody. Wanted a challenge though, right? Test the capabilities of the controller. Tank actually isn't bad, if I'm 100% honest. Damn. I missed the 3 stack. Oh crap. I'm gonna have to... Oh god, what are you guys doing? Running all over the place. Oh, he's still alive? Okay. I need a big heal on tank. This is a challenge. This is definitely a challenge. And this is not even the last boss. Tank, get out of there, man. Get out of there. He's down, right? This is... I don't know if we're going to be able to finish this one, guys. We're just barely even... Are they even doing... Who's our DPS? Where's our DPS, man? How long have we been fighting these guys for at this point? Alright. Let's just run. Get off me. Oh no. I might be dead. I'm dead. I'm 100% dead. Yeah, this is This is a great group. Like, we were fighting. We were in that fight for a solid minute, right? Who's... Yeah. Tank just left. Our DPS is terrible. I'm gonna stick it out. I'm gonna try to stick it out. Hopefully we just get a good tank. You serious, bro? You know, there's a lot of new players to the game. There's a lot of new players in the game. Let's just keep it at that. Put the tank up top. Hopefully he's... How much HP does he have? Well, at least he has 1 more HP than I do. That's a start. Yeah. Let's try this again, huh? Like, they're not... They should be focused on the bow guy. It's like, I can't like type. Well, obviously, I'm using a controller, so I can't like type and say, "Hey, focus the freaking bow." Actually, let me see something. Uh-oh. If there's something that happens when you actually hold down the target button. Not 100% sure what it does. So I've been trying to figure that out. Ah, frick. Ah, double frick. Yeah, it's definitely not the most efficient way to do that. You guys watching, please kill the crossbowman first before you kill the boss. Just saves us a lot of, especially saves the healer. I'm gonna actually type it in right now. Party. Go bow first from now, please. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay. It kills me sometimes that how low range the heals are in this game. Still not sure if we're actually going to be able to kill the last boss, though. What is going on here? One thing I really like about using like WASD or controller is that like you can have much more precise movements than just clicking. Our DPS is terrible though. It's, like I have to constantly heal too, so I don't really have time to add any DPS myself. Come on, finish the low guy off. Like what the heck? Oh, this is really bad. This might be one of the worst groups I've ever been in. This might be the worst group I've ever been in. What are you laughing about over there, Tank? Think it's the worst group as well? Yeah, we'll grab that. Like they can't even focus on one target. I think actually for the first time they're focusing on one target. At least the two range guys are. Okay. Hopefully we can finish this soon because my wife is probably about to freak out. Dinner's ready and all that good stuff. Let me see. Check my text. Ah, crap. Not trying to join a guild, no thank you. In comes the patrol here in a moment. And is aggroed. Getting this down though. Targeting and everything. You have to double tap extremely quickly to actually heal yourself. There we go, not focusing the same target again. It's great. I love it. It's gonna be great on the boss. Oh great. Ricketor just aggroed everything. And now they're gonna be on me. Oh my god, workaholics all the way down here. Got the big heals. Gonna go with this next. Everyone's pretty much topped up. Ricketor over here standing in AoE. Nice. Oh my god, people. Follow the damn tank. At least the AoE's getting on me, because if it was on them, they would definitely be killing each other. Oh, the big heal now. Thanks, Ricator. Appreciate it. Yeah, the double tap to self heal thing is kind of unreliable. It might be something I need to change up in the future. Cops, no! Gotta heal on him. I feel like it's way easier to be constantly moving with a controller, though. Oh, that's one thing I forgot to mention is there's like some graphic glitches now and then with the emulator version. Not really sure why. Maybe it's the ATSC or whatever it's called. Might need to turn that off. Man, our DPS is terrible. Not like the players, but like just the damage. Our damage is terrible. Alright. Time to cry. Of course, they pull without even getting topped off. Yeah. Great start. Let's see how this goes. I'm gonna need to add into DPS, I think, here. Let me top up Abdo. Keep 3 stacks on our tank here. Oops. Oh, I'm gonna go in here for an AoE heal. It's not bad to start, but our DPS, of course, is gonna be lacking for this entire fight. Are they even focusing anybody? It's actually not bad. This actually seems not bad. Go ahead and do this real quick. Yeah, I feel like it's way more easy to move around. Ow, guys. Come on. Fuck. That basically fucked us right there. Oh man, I'm dead. We actually won? Did we actually win? Oh my goodness. Holy crap. Alright, so yeah, there's proof that at least healing on a controller is pretty well doable, even with a pretty crappy team. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed it. please subscribe and all that good stuff if you enjoyed what you saw. I'll see you guys next time. GG's.